Great good morning, everyone. It is a beautiful Thursday, July 2nd, year of our Lord 2026. Just 2 days away from our 250th birthday. It's 9:27 on the nose on my Picardo Jewelers watch. This is the Bob Cordaro Show, and I am he. Broadcasting today from the United States of America, the place where the brave, like the veterans we salute today, thanks to John Basiliga and his great Basiliga Hospitality Group. We lost these men this year, but we pay tribute today thanks to John. Like Ronnie Turbovich, Mount Pocono, James Flannery, Peckville, Frederick Ruggles, Kingston, Thomas Brown, Scranton, Gabe Pellock, Hazleton, and Cleet Miller, Wilkes-Barre. The United States of America, founded with a certain knowledge and understanding by our amazing, irreplaceable, and profoundly wise founding fathers who knew that government should not be, would not be, and then they made sure it never would be our parent, our guide, our direction, our salvation. Not any of these things. Because they knew, because of human nature, government power would be used against the people and should only be a necessary evil designed to protect and organize society. The United States of America, the country where for the first time in human history, freedom was declared by law to be an unalienable right, meaning they can't take it away, granted to each individual by God. Freedom couldn't be parceled out to groups. It couldn't be controlled by government or government officials because our great American Constitution ensures and codifies freedom of speech, freedom of religion, freedom of association, economic freedom, and even freedom of the press, even if they abuse it. Now, because they were armed with these freedoms, and only because of that fact, a ragtag bunch of immigrants, many of them rejects from around the world, they and their progeny created the richest, most powerful, most culturally diverse and accepting nation ever to grace our planet Earth. America, the only place specifically invented and designed so that every American can live their life in the manner they choose. Unlimited by their background, upbringing, race, color, or creed. Unhindered by the government or those who would use government to control others for their own comfort, benefit, or power. This Bob Cordaro Show will always be convincingly conservative, lovingly logical, proudly and passionately patriotic, and reliably right. And so, we gavel to order today's meeting of the Club for Common Sense, promising you that our total, immersive, immovable commitment to common sense will provide a sanctuary of sanity to all of you who hearken here for the balance of this singular, extraordinary morning. A gentle warning, this is not a safe harbor for stupidity. Such nonsense will be roundly and, dare I say, harshly attacked throughout the program. We will not suffer fools gladly, and their foolishness and ignorance, willful or otherwise, will be called out with intent, purpose, and vigor, designed, and in today's days, sadly necessary, to save our great republic from evil, senselessness, and weakness, which can bring this noble experiment, even now, down. We're here, baby. I hope you don't mind. I had to play Red Skelton. And that was JFK, 1957, doing, reciting our Declaration of Independence, which is what this is for. Please remember, and I remind people, by the way, the literacy of this audience, the historical literacy, is far above most. But for those new to the program or whatever, we point out the Constitution didn't come out across till much later. And right behind me, I have the story of the Constitution. called The Quartet by Joseph Ellis, one of the greatest accounts, I would say the greatest account of the Constitution being formed years after. Remember, we tried Articles of Confederation. But this Declaration of Independence is so beautiful and so eloquent, we had to play it. Had to play it. And, and by the way, I don't mind not talking. I really don't. But quickly, how about the couple? They went up to the Empire State Building. I mean, you want to talk about exhibitionists. Well, when I find out who they are and what their deal is, I'll talk more about it. But you can't say, no matter what, how great that was. They went to the top of the Empire State Building and he proposed to her. We'll see. What I want to know is see how long the marriage lasts. Hey, so it's Thursday. You know what that means? Mm-hmm. You know it. Today may not be your garbage day, but you had it either today, tomorrow, or earlier in the week. So don't forget to thank your DPW guy. He took it away. We feel clean as newborn babes. Yeah, we love it. All right, we have to check in with our advertisers. We love them. They make the show happen. We've got a veterans tribute. We've got the weather. And we've got more. And I remind you that this program is on live stream. You go YouTube, Bob Cordaro Show on TV. I've got another one of my great, all-time great shirts on for the 250th. In fact, I'll have to adjust the camera so you can see it. But all of that is brought to you by Roach Supply, premier bath and kitchen supplier in Northeast Pennsylvania. 75 years in business. 95-year-old Ron Roach at the helm. 2 generations working under him, maybe even 3 by now. I'm going to have to ask that question. But visit Roach Supply, ROCHE.com today. Their sister store. They also own Chapman Supply in South Abington Township. Bath, kitchen, Roach Supply. We'll be back. Our Veterans Tribute. This hour as with every hour, this day as with every day. Brought to you by John Basiliga. And since we are at the weekend, even though it's Thursday, we feature Basiliga Hospitality Group. They're the best. All these places, I'm telling you, you will be very pleased you stop by. 3-bar restaurants. The Old Brook Inn, 307 Springbrook Township. The Far Street Tavern on Far Street in the Great Trips Park section of West Scranton. Queen City Tavern, downtown Oliphant. Great food, great service, great people, great fun. Fine dining? Yep. Great cocktails, whatever. You could use these places for anything. Matera 519, downtown Scranton. One of the most gorgeous restaurants you will ever see. New chef, and now the food, and even the prices live up to all the hype. An old world take on the same luxurious dining experience, the Stegmeyer Mansion. And coming soon, completely different, Coney Island Lunch, making a comeback, and Reagan's Ice Cream Shop. Ronald Turbovich. He was Ronnie. He was from Mount Pocono. We lost him June 11th. Born in Scranton, he attended South Scranton Junior High School and the Great Scranton Technical High School. He proudly served in the U.S. Army during the Vietnam War, stationed in Germany. It was during this time that Ron earned his GED. He was employed at Roadway Express, where he worked as a truck driver for decades prior to retirement. Operating as a general contractor, he then built 15 homes in the Poconos. Outside of work, Ron enjoyed spending time and making memories with his family, whom he loved above all else. He lived a simple life. Handyman projects, being outdoors in nature, observing wildlife. Devoted friend, was always willing to help someone in need. A man of compassion. He donated to local shelters and many national and international organizations. He'll be remembered as a man of faith. Survived by his daughter, sister, grandnieces, grandnephews, and many other family members. Ronnie Turbovich. James Flannery. He was from Peckville. We lost him June 24th. He's survived by his wife, Rita Pilch Flannery. Born in West Side, Scranton, he grew up as a multi-sport athlete attending St. Anne's High School. Following graduation, he played as a decorated pitcher in the semi-pro Scranton Baseball League. During his time serving in the U.S. Army, he also played baseball in the European League in France. Lifetime member of the American Legion Post, Dixon City. Following his time in the Army, James served as athletics director of the West Side Boys Club, sociotherapy director and director of summer camp programs for Friendship House, and executive director of the Catholic Youth Center in Scranton. He then worked for the Pennsylvania State Corrections Halfway Program, served as manager of the Catholic Social Services Halfway Program until retirement. Member of the Church of the Visitation of the Blessed Virgin Mary in Dixon City. Tragically preceded in death by his daughters, Rebecca and Aaron Flannery. Survived by other children, James and his wife Cheryl, Patrick and wife Carolyn. He's also survived by his loving grandchildren, great-grandchildren, and other family members. James Flannery. Our great veterans this hour, brought to you by the amazing Basiliga Hospitality Group and our man, John Basiliga. AccuWeather forecast brought to you by the great gang up at Montage Mountain. I mean, if today, this is a water park day. It's a water park day. You got to go. Bring the grandkids, bring the nieces, bring the nephews, bring the kids, and bring yourself. Today, very hot and humid. with heat-baked sunshine. That one I want to figure out. High 99. I'll skip the warnings. Tonight, mainly clear, warm, and humid, low 72. Tomorrow, partly sunny, hot, and humid with a thunderstorm in the afternoon. There could be downpours and localized damaging wind gusts. It'll be 99 again, low 72. Saturday, mostly cloudy and hot. Heavy thunderstorm in the afternoon for the 4th of July. High 91, low 69. Sunday, mostly cloudy, very warm and humid, moderating a bit, but a couple of showers and a thunderstorm in the afternoon. High 89, low 67. Monday, mostly cloudy, not as warm, but humid. Occasional afternoon rain and a thunderstorm. 81, the high, low of 61. And that's your weather at Montage Mountain, where it is 84 at the water park right now. Get up there. What an amazing country. That's Coffee Anderson, 4th of July song, Murph tells us, from 2024. Hey, let's go right to the blower because he's been patient, which is not his forte. And it's Larry from Plymouth. Larry.
Bob.
How are you, Larry? We got the theme song, so you can't be too aggravated.
Oh, well, I'll tell you what, Bob. 4th of July, you know what that means.
Fireworks at Larry's house.
Fireworks, Bob. I'm looking at them right here. I got mortars. I got rockets. I got one here. Tower of Power, 260 flaming balls.
Do you film this? It's hard to do it and film it at the same time.
I'm going to this year.
I would love to have that film.
Yeah, but I'll tell you what. Bob, those two people that climbed the Empire State Building.
Yes,
they are 2 Russian citizens. They're 32 and 35 years old, and they do that kind of stuff all over the world.
Okay. See, when I thought it was some left-wing political thing, I'm like, I'm not even mentioning it. And then I saw my man R.W. sent it to me, like as it was happening, it seemed, yesterday afternoon, and I start watching it, and I said, well, I mean, they're crazy, but whatever, you know.
But Bob,
I get dizzy looking at them at the top of that. My God.
But Bob, like you and Rob O'Donnell, you say, with the fireworks, let it to the experts. Bob, I've been shooting fireworks longer than those experts have been alive.
I don't say leave it to the experts. I say I'm afraid of them.
Oh, well, I've been doing it since, Bob, 10 years old. I remember throwing cherry bombs and stuff like that. And I still got all my fingers, toes, my eyes, everything.
I had a short-fused M80, probably might have even been grade school, but certainly early high school, and that was it for me. It blew up just a foot or two from my hand. I'm going, done.
I used to tie them on arrows and shoot them up in the air.
Oh.
And I don't know where those arrows landed.
Well, I wouldn't expect anything less.
But what I'm going to do, what I do on a fort, Bob, first thing, I get out my movie and I watch 1776 Strike.
Oh, what a great movie.
Yep, I like the part where William Daniels is arguing with a guy from Congress, and the guy says, "Yeah, Parliament didn't do anything to us," and William Daniels says, "It's a revolution, damn it! We got to offend somebody."
And then the song "Sit Down, John." I love that. I love that. 1776.
Yeah, but Bob, 200. See, Bob, I wouldn't go to a fireworks show because you go there and you got all these stupid kids screaming and everything. I liked it. The fun is doing it yourself, Bob.
Well, not me, but I'll be downtown Scranton looking at it and enjoying the hell out of it.
And especially, Bob, 250 years.
Oh, it is so great. I get goosebumps thinking about. I really do. I said I've been teary-eyed. Everything. I mean,
Bob, I want to see Trump's fireworks show.
Oh gosh, it doesn't translate on TV
or whatever it is, right?
But I may because ours is the 3rd, meaning the station and everybody else downtown.
Yeah.
So I may. I don't know. We didn't make plans for the 4th yet.
Yeah. Well, I'll tape it, and then when I come in the house, I'll watch it.
All right. Well, then you'll have a tape for me.
Yeah.
I do. I want to see it. I want to see you running around firing everything off.
I'm going to do it. Okay.
All right. Larry, thank you, man. And I won't get to talk to you. Have a happy 4th, a safe one.
You too, Bob.
And then Monday, you let us know how it went.
Oh, definitely.
All right. The Bad Moon Rising. Larry from Plymouth. All right, man. Thanks, buddy.
Okay, Bob.
Headed into the news now. Let's see. Kevin, I mean, if you can get anything quick, otherwise I'll hold you over till after the news. Talk to me. Are you there, Kevin?
Yes, but you're going to cut me short. I'm going to make it as quick as possible, Mr. Cordaro.
Zip it in, because it's.
I love you to begin with. I hope you have a great and happy 4th of July with you and your family.
Thank you.
Stay hydrated. Watch the day go red, okay? Uh,
I'll watch it go down my throat. That's where I'll watch it.
yeah, okay. But I got 2 flagpoles I ordered and 10 mega or like big microphones, megaphones,
Neat. Uh-huh.
and I am going to harass uh, that carpetbagger from Oregon every chance I get. And I'm just going to put crepe over my car that she's a commie and she's not Eric. Because, no,
She
you
might
know what?
actually be a nice person. I just don't know her.
I
but
don't care
she's
if
a
she's a nice.
disaster. Yeah.
I don't care if she's a nice person. They don't have our best interest
No,
in
not
mind.
at all. That's exactly right.
Not at all.
Exactly
Not at
right.
all.
Yep.
And I don't want to see this country. I had family that served. I had family that died, and a lot of other people had family. The same. Okay. And my dad was in Korea. My 2 uncles before that.
God
One
bless
was in
him.
South Pacific. One was in the Battle of the Bulge.
Wow.
And she is unacceptable. And this nonsense needs to stop. They put a bullet in Charlie Kirk's neck, and there was no rioting. There was no rioting on the right.
That's right.
But
and that's to be noted and is incredibly notable. Who's the good guys in all of this? Kev, we do have to go, but hey, happy 4th. Blessed 4th to you, my man. Thank you.
All right. You always cut me short.
It's when I can take the call. My fault, though. Thanks, Kevin. Appreciate it.
I still love you.
I love you too, brother. Thank you. 10:02 on my Picardo Jewelers watch. That means I'm way past time for the news, but that was worth talking to Kevin. Let's hear the news. We'll come back. It's the Bob Cordaro Show. Great good morning, everyone. It's 10:11 a.m. on my Cordaro Jewelers watch this beautiful Thursday, July 2nd, year of our Lord 2026, and the 250th year of this amazing country. This is the Bob Cordaro Show. I am he, and it's a big day to fight for America, defend our values, and honor, with the help of our man John Basiliga and his great Basiliga Hospitality Group, the brave who have made us and kept us free. People like veterans we've lost this year, but celebrate today thanks to John. Like James Flannery of Peckville, Ronnie Turbovich of Mount Pocono, Thomas Brown of Scranton, Frederick Ruggles, Kingston and Dallas, Gabe Pellock, Hazleton, and Cleet Miller, Wilkes-Barre. The United States of America. An amazing country celebrating our 250th. I can't even believe it. So proud to be here. So with history, our amazing founding fathers, and the incomparable Constitution of the United States of America as our guides, let us continue today's battle. Gaveling back to order after that brief news adjournment. Today's meeting of the Club for Common Sense, promising you that our deep and unalterable commitment to common sense will provide a sanctuary of sanity to all of you who hearken here. That was Representative McClain, Congressman McClain. And then that neat little Pledge of Allegiance that we're going to play all throughout the morning. I want to tell you how sickening the Democrat Party has become. This is disturbing. In Minnesota, Governor Walz, the vice presidential candidate of the Democrat Party, he pardoned a child sex offender, a child rapist, to prevent this illegal alien's deportation. Please tell me that's not mental illness. Tell me that's not mental illness. It's exhausting. Do not underestimate, Democrats who are listening, do not underestimate how crazy your party leaders have become. They've left you. Elvis has left the building. Common sense has left the building. A sick rot, anti-American, anti-Jewish, anti-patriotic, and by the way, anti-you. Don't forget it. Absolutely sickening. I get sickened even thinking about these people. And please know, Paige Cognetti's in with all of it. She's down with it all. Unreal. Running for Congress. Oh, my God. On a much lighter note, Navy guy says, don't lie, Bob. You were late getting in. That's why you played the... No, it isn't, Navy guy. Listen, you. No, I had to play the Declaration of Independence. I mean, that's what this celebration is all about. And I was talking to a Bulldog on my way in, and I said, I thought to myself, we hadn't played Red Skelton yet this week. And the week's over. We're not on tomorrow. Got to play it. So there's the reason, Navy guy. Don't be all snarky with me. Now, I don't know specifically what this is about. Another text. We're out in Dunmore, Bob. Started early to beat the heat. Just want to thank everybody for coming out with Gatorades and water. People take care of us. Now, you didn't tell me who you were. You got to tell me who you are. A bunch of people had sent in, but this text thing doesn't bring video, or and it doesn't connect to whatever you're sending me. But a bunch of people had sent in the body cam footage from the NYPD. So, in any event. Somebody takes an Old Glory. Great show. God bless this nation and ALTS. ALTS back at you. Another good morning, Bob. I just want to say that the recitation of the flag by Johnny Cash is my favorite. How can anyone turn their back on Old Glory? Oh, okay, there it is. Old Glory. Great show. God bless the nation, this nation, and ALTS. ALTS back at you, and that's a great sentiment. Bob, please, somebody texted, Bob, please tell Larry I'll be watching from Warrior Run. Last year I didn't see them, but I'll be watching for them again. Down in Plymouth. Oh, Lord. Amazing, amazing, man. And then some left-winger bitching about the minimum wage. You know, you're stupid. And I don't know why you choose to be stupid, but you do. And by the way, let me ask a question. Do you think your commie a-holes are going to solve your problems? They're going to address your bitching? I got sent this. I'm so happy the timing worked out. G. Dunk sent this to me. The socialist concern for the ordinary worker has not decreased. It has merely become more expensive. There's a special kind of poetry in New York City. These are your people, idiot. It begins with speeches about working people, continues with slogans about affordability, and sometimes ends with a salary table for elected officials. The 2026 New York City Quadrennial Advisory Commission, appointed by Mayor Zoran Mamdani. Now, here we go. Recommended raising the official salary of the mayor from $258,750 to $305,800 a year. Yeah, the commies really for the working people. The same report recommends an 18.2% increase for elected officials, including the mayor, public advocate, comptroller, borough president, city council members, city council speaker, and district attorneys. Socialism pays for its commissars. Yeah, they are really for you. They're really worried about the minimum wage. Dear God, please don't be that stupid. Just save yourself from stupidity and idiocy. You're just descending into insanity. If you think these Democrat, socialist, communists are for the working person, you are stupid. What do you think? Are they the first socialists? The first communists ever? We've seen it work. We've seen what it does. Cuba, Venezuela, right here in our hemisphere. China, North Korea, East Germany, the Eastern Bloc, Russia, Soviet Union. Come on. Nobody can be that stupid. I'm sorry. So there's something else driving you to be an idiot. And I'd love to know what it is. I really would. I mean, it's some kind of hatred or jealousy. And by the way, almost everybody's experienced failure. And they got up off their asses and they did something about it. And found their niche. Which you can do in America. You cannot do in a socialist economy, a communist economy. So stop being a stupid commie. Shut the hell up. Fix your own life. And let's move on. We don't need your stupidity to drag everybody else down. 10:20, I'm at Ricardo Jewelers Watch. We'll take a break. We'll be back. Judy Zabel's calling in from the Eagle Forum with an update. If you're wondering what I'm dancing to and punching the air while you're watching the Roach Supply live stream, it's Toby Keith, courtesy of the Red, White, and Blue, Murph says, from 2002. By the way, the Bulldog points out, and like with a certain amount of glee, he points out, he goes, we played Brooks and Dunn only in America, not Coffee Anderson, last hour. But he does it in such a wise ass. Like, he doesn't do it like he's trying to help me. This is the kind of battles I have every day with this Bulldog. Unbelievable. My man Mark Mayer, he texts in, how about this PA nut scumbag Shapiro? He says, everything's on the table. We need radical reform of the Supreme Court of the United States. What a piece of spit. This is the same scumbag for his own political purposes did not put a booth at the mall down in Washington, D.C. Scum. You're scum, Shapiro. He's a piece of spit. It's disgusting. And guess what? Dave McCormick stepped up and got it done. Oh, we couldn't get a spot. He lied outright. This is the scum we're dealing with. Somebody texts in, LTS, I left the Democrat Party about a month ago because of the lunacy. It's not my mom and dad's Democrat Party. I was holding out hope they would change. Sigh. Yeah. Insane. They are insane. Don't think of it any other way. Unbelievable. I've got to talk to Judy because she's been so patient. But Rick Bigelow sent in some points on the Declaration of Independence that I want to mention to you. But let's go to Judy Zabel on the Eagle Forum update. Hi, Judy.
Hey, Bob. Thank you so much for giving me a voice. I appreciate it.
More than welcome. Thank you for doing what you do.
Eagle Forum is an organization run by conservative people, founded by Phyllis Schlafly in 1972 in opposition to the Equal Rights Amendment because she said it would put men in women's locker rooms. It would put women in combat. It would, it would do all those bad things.
And they said she was nuts. And look at this. Unreal. Yep.
Exactly. And I just finished reading a book that you might be interested in, Bob. It's by Senator John Kennedy, and it's called How to Test Negative for Stupidity.
Well, I love him, so anything he wrote would be great.
Easy read. I read it in a day. It is so funny, but it's not really funny. I mean, he gives true stories.
Well, ironic funny. Ironic.
Yes,
funny. Yeah.
yes. I love that man. Anyway, we are having another meeting on July 25th. It's a Saturday, the last Saturday of July. And I'm letting people know far ahead because the last meeting nobody showed up but two people.
Okay.
And we will be discussing the disgusting, the pornography. I want to say sexually explicit, but it's all out pornography. Not only on our library shelves, but also in the school libraries and online. And now I'm finding some of the same crap in Walmart at Dixon City for sale. And I think people, your listeners, need to check out their Walmart. Take pictures, if you can, of the books on the shelf so we have some ammunition. And then send them to me at paeagleforum@gmail.com.
Okay. All right, so Judy, you got to keep in touch. We have to take our break, but you keep in touch on this July 25th effort.
I will do that.
And just call in when you want. All right.
Okay. Thank you so much.
All right, my dear.
I love your show.
Blessed Fourth. Blessed Fourth to you, Judy.
You too.
All
Be
right.
safe.
We'll take a break. It's 10:30 on my Bicardo's watch. 10:30 and change. We'll take this break. Listen to our great sponsors who make all of this happen. Come back with our Veterans Tribute, the weather, and then you on the Bob Cordaro Show. Our Veterans Tribute this hour, this day, brought to you as always by our man John Basiliga and his great Basiliga Hospitality Group. What is the Basiliga Hospitality Group, you might ask? Well, I'm here to tell you. It's the Queen City Tavern, downtown Oliphant, totally reinvented. Main drag, check it out. Far Street Tavern, on Far Street, in the Great Trips Park section of West Scranton. The Colorasis lovingly owned the Far Street Tavern forever. John took it, lovingly reimagined it, and it is fabulous. The Old Brook Inn, 307 Springbrook Township. Once again, another institution, reimagined. It is gorgeous. The food is outstanding. That's the case with all these places. The Stegmeyer Mansion, downtown Wilkes-Barre, South Franklin Street. Just a couple blocks away, by the way, from the best bed and breakfast in the country, the Fred Stegmeyer Mansion. But the Mary Stegmeyer Mansion, amazing event space, and a period restaurant that you just won't get enough of, I'm telling you. And then, of course, the flagship. It'll be getting a lot of action this weekend. A Terra 519. They're closed, actually, on the 4th. It is going to be fabulous to hang out there. It is the most gorgeous restaurant you will see. As beautiful as you can get. New menu, new chef. New start for a Terra 519. Sergey's Live. It'll be hopping all weekend, including on the 4th of July. And coming soon, Coney Island Lunch and Reagan's Ice Cream on Lackawanna Avenue in Scranton. They're going to be fabulous. Thomas Brown. He was from Scranton. We lost him at age 79, June 18th. He had been living in Moosic. His wife of 30 years is the former Linda Padden. Born in Scranton, Thomas Brown was a graduate of South Scranton Central Catholic High School, class of 64. He was employed by Bell Telephone. He was a Navy veteran of the Vietnam War, serving on the USS Maddox for 6 years. Member of the Manuka American Legion Post. Tom was a loving husband, father, grandfather. He was a Harley owner. Tom often said, it's not the destination, it's the ride. In addition to his wife, 2 daughters survive him, as well as a stepson, grandchildren, and other family members. Thomas Brown. Frederick Ruggles. We lost him April 17th at age 85. Born in Kingston, late of Dallas. He graduated from Wyoming Seminary Preparatory School, where he lettered in football and tennis. Bachelor of Arts degree from Lafayette back in 1962. He was an ROTC guy at Lafayette. Upon graduation, was commissioned as a second lieutenant in the U.S. Army and stationed in Okinawa, Japan. There in Okinawa, he met the love of his life, Mary Ann Sohn. She was teaching in the American Dependent School System. They were married in 1964 in Rothsay, Minnesota, beginning a remarkable partnership that spanned more than 60 years, filled with love, devotion, and adventure. Fred's career took the family to a number of communities: Dallas, Pennsylvania, Wheeling, West Virginia, St. Louis, Missouri, Cleveland, and Columbus, Ohio. He owned and operated a new home construction company, then got into the financial industry, where he specialized in municipal bond underwriting and trading. Retired as senior vice president of National City Bank in Cleveland. After retiring, Fred and Marianne made their home in Bluffton, South Carolina, later downsizing in Spring Hill, Tennessee. Devoted church members. Frederick is survived by his beloved wife of more than 60 years, Marianne, his daughter, his son, his grandson, his great-granddaughter, and other family members. Frederick Ruggles. Our amazing veterans, brought to you by the John Basiliga and the Basiliga Hospitality Group. AccuWeather forecast brought to you by the great gang that's waiting for you up at Montage Mountain in the water park. And it is water park weather. Today, very hot and humid. Heat-baked sunshine. I don't quite know what they mean by it, but it sort of captures the sense, doesn't it? It'll be 99 degrees. Tonight, mainly clear, warm and humid, 72. Tomorrow, partly sunny, hot and humid with a thunderstorm possible in the afternoon. High of 99, low of 72. Saturday, the 4th of July, the 250th birthday of the greatest country ever. Mostly cloudy and hot, heavy thunderstorm in the afternoon. High 91, low 69. Sunday, mostly cloudy, very warm and humid. Couple of showers, maybe a thunderstorm in the afternoon. High 89, low 67. Then Monday, moderating a little further, mostly cloudy, not as warm, but humid. Occasional afternoon rain and a thunderstorm, high 81, low 61. All of that means get up to the water park at Montage. Bring the gang. Bring them all. It's 88 at Montage right now. Coffee Anderson. Murph says 4th of July song, 2024. Great stuff. My God, this. I'm telling you, this whole thing has me overwhelmed. Steven Tyler, Red, White, and You. Somebody texted in, Bob, love that you are playing all patriotic songs for the 4th. However, I noticed that most of the songs are by country and Western artists. Just goes to show who really loves this country. No hip-hop patriotic song, no rapper patriotic songs, no current rock and roll songs. Wait a minute. No, we just played one. Steven Tyler. And by the way, I'm not mentioning it now to prove you're wrong. You're 100% right. But honoring our country or culture, just saying, says George. But, again, there's always the exception. Steven Tyler, Red, White, and You. A quick thing. My man and our man, Rick Bigelow. He texted in some background information. It's a talk he's going to be giving in a few weeks on the Declaration. He points out, number one, drafted by 33-year-old Thomas Jefferson, youngest member of the Committee of Five, charged with creating the document. Other members of the Committee of Five, John Adams, Ben Franklin, Roger Sherman, and Robert Livingston. Franklin at the time was 70, which was ancient back then. Adams and Franklin, well known. Roger Sherman, a lawyer from Connecticut, who was the only person, this is interesting, Roger Sherman, the only person signed all 4 great papers of America: the Continental Association, the Declaration of Independence, the Articles of Confederation, and the Constitution. The Continental Association was an agreement among the colonies calling for a trade embargo against British merchants by the colonies. Robert Livingston was a New York lawyer who several years later swore in George Washington as president. Jefferson's draft included condemnation of King George and condemnation of slavery. These were removed from the final draft. The anti-slavery section, which was removed, was inflammatory. It accused King George of waging cruel war against human nature itself by enabling the slave trade and keeping open a market where people were bought and sold. It had to be removed before Southern colonies would sign the Declaration. About 1/4 of Jefferson's original document was removed or edited. The preamble is among the most quoted passages in U.S. history. You heard JFK say it at the beginning of the program. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal, that they are endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights, that among those are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, that to secure these rights, governments are instituted among men, deriving their just powers from the consent of the governed, not the other way around. Now, they always give that bull spit about the whole thing with slavery and having it not work. Well, the anti-slavery section was removed after he wrote the preamble. Picardo's telling me it's 10:50. Bloomberg Money Minute. We'll be back. Biden banner disgrace, stolen valor, and stolen residence. Day 200. The Green Ridge Neighborhood Association foolishly put up a hometown hero banner for Joe Biden when they found out it was for people who had served in the military. Knowing that Joe Biden ducked service, they voted 10-5 to keep it up anyway. And it still hangs today, 200 days of disgrace by the sickening majority at the Green Ridge Neighborhood Association. And guess what? Joe Biden doesn't say he's from Scranton. That was stolen valor of our great Scranton work ethic, of our middle class image, of our working class image. He's from Baltimore. So he lied to you. He lied to the world. He's a scumbag, and you're idiots. Biden banner, day 200 of disgrace for the Green Ridge Neighborhood Association. One of our great listeners texting in, Biden, not a veteran, ran from military service. Green Ridge Neighborhood Association, have you no shame? It's our country's 250 years old. Please show respect and take the banner down. Somebody else now, well, same text. Now is the perfect time, coming up to our country's 250-year anniversary, to remove the Biden stolen valor hometown banner, dedicated to veterans only. That's from Joe. What a disgrace. And this clown, he just gave you the middle finger. You're giving the rest of us the middle finger. Green Ridge Neighborhood Association. You're giving us the middle finger. He just gave it to you. He said he's from Baltimore. Oh, my God almighty. So he's not a veteran. By his own words, he's not from Scranton. How stupid are you? How disgraceful are you? Dear Lord. I thought it couldn't get worse. Well, it did. All right. When I think of something sickening, like the Biden banner in the Green Ridge Neighborhood Association, I need to think about something great, which is St. Teresa, Mother Teresa, for July 2nd. She said, God created the whole world, but he is our Father. The Father loves me and you. The tenderness of God's love, no one can love as God does. He made us. He is our Father. And by the way, to give inspiration to our founding fathers, as he did, as they acknowledged, to create this amazing country, you are right on, St. Teresa. Thank you, Mary Regina. Great stuff. Great stuff. And, yeah, you got to offset the insanity, the stupidity, the ignorance, the willful ignorance of these people. By the way, my mother thought that I was late, too. No, Mom. And she thought it was too long. Well, that's the Declaration of Independence. What are you waiting for? My pearls of wisdom do not match. They don't even come close to the wisdom of the Declaration of Independence. We needed to hear it. By the way, somebody texting, Bob, that couple climbed to the very top of the Empire State Building. They weren't the first to do it. King Kong did it back in the 1930s. And by the way, another thing, my man Nicky D, he points out, 2 Italians signed the Declaration of Independence. Did not know that, said Johnny Carson. Philip Mazzei, well, not the Mazzies from Carbondale, and William Paca. And he also texted in the first bottle of Coca-Cola from 1894 contained around 3.5 grams of cocaine. Explains why our parents and grandparents could walk to and from school uphill both ways in the snow barefoot. On that note, it's 11 o'clock. Well, it's 11:01 on my Cordaro Jewelers watch. So let's hear the news. We'll come back. It's the Bob Cordaro Show to the penultimate day before our 250th birthday. You know it, baby. Great good morning, everyone. It's 11:08 a.m. on my Cordaro Jewelers watch. This beautiful but sweltering Thursday, July 2nd, year of our Lord 2026, here in the great Northeast and a few other places. This is the Bob Cordaro Show, and I am he. And it's a big day to fight for America, defend our values, and honor, with the help of our man John Basiliga and his great Basiliga Hospitality Group, the brave who have made us and kept us free. People like veterans we've lost this year, but salute today, thanks to John. Like Frederick Ruggles, Dallas and Kingston. Thomas Brown, Scranton. James Flannery, Peckville, by way of Scranton. Ronnie Turbovich, Mount Pocono, by way of Scranton. Gabe Pellock, Hazleton. And Cleet Miller, Wilkes-Barre. So with history, our amazing founding fathers, and the incomparable Constitution of the United States of America as our guides, let us continue today's battle. Gaveling back to order this meeting, today's meeting of the Club for Common Sense, promising you that our deep and unalterable commitment to common sense will provide a sanctuary of sanity to all of you who hearken here. Yep. Did you hear the little story about the cop buying the kid, I guess that's a computer game, the PS5? Well, somebody texts in that PS5 story is more common than police randomly shooting black people. But our media doesn't like that kind of story, do they? Well, this media does. And that's why you're hearing it, and you'll hear more of that. Scott says, hey, Bob, happy 4th of July. Try to be careful with the hot women and cold beer. Well, I have one hot woman, but I do have to be careful with her anyway. It's right. And then somebody just, oh no, this is Scott. He finishes off with an LTS. LTS back at you. And for those of you who are ready to ask, ALTS is always love the show. LTS is love the show. And then LLTS is love the show. So we've got a few of those. Bulldog, did you find 1976 by Grand Funk? Did you find it? He found it. So Rich the Courier wanted us to play that, and we may be able to fit it in here. So we're prepared to do so. Hi, Bob. LTS. Back at you. I would love for a member of the press to ask one of these unhinged socialists if they know the words of the Pledge of Allegiance and to recite it. Rich from West Piston says, thanks for standing up for America, Bob. Damn straight. These communists have got to go. They've got to be defeated. They're sickening. By the way, it's their stupidity and ignorance that bothers me the most. And by the way, I hate to say it, that has to do with all of you voting Democrat. And it is a lesser of two evils situation. I understand that, voting Republican. But it's such a wide chasm between the common sense policies of the Republican Party right now and the sickening insanity and, by the way, downright evil of the left. They're already preparing to give themselves raises in New York City under Mamdani. What do they have for the blue-collar worker? What do they have for the working person? What a disgrace. Oh, my God. Bob Bugsar wishing you and the Common Sense Commanders. I like that, the Common Sense Commanders. The best 4th ever. 250 and going strong. Remember, common sense always trumps nonsense. Dems are beyond repair. Stick a fork and toss. Rotten to the core. I hate to say it, but I don't see it. I don't see them coming back. One of the listeners, just say bull spit. They use the word, though. Like the libertarians of the 60s, Sorbonne, it's forbidden to forbid. I know. Oh. another listener on this pardon, or the same listener. Well, no, it isn't. Different one, I guess. Anyway, no, same one. Pardon for perpetrator you mentioned. Mullins accuses Biden administration of ignoring migrants' child sexual abuse by evil, evil perpetrators. He pleaded how evil it is in this world. They do the most horrific thing to victims as young as 2. And the Biden administration fed it for 4 years. His words. He was talking to Siscomani at an oversight meeting recently. Dems near to hear this. I'm telling you, they know it. I want you to think of just think of this. Walz and the Democrats in Minnesota pardoned a child sex offender so that person wouldn't be deported. It's a level of insanity that you can't even overcome it. Hi, Bob. Longtime listener, first-time texter. My name is Bill, North Scranton. Born and raised, proud Scranton Technical High School graduate. Tech, I'm telling you what, you guys that went to Tech, Scranton Tech, my grandmother went there. It's my man, Jimmy McAndrew, Red McAndrew. But I love Scranton Tech. He says, I have a great idea for a banner we could put up next to Joe Biden banner in Greenridge. Instead of hometown hero, let's put up a hometown zero. He's less than zero. He did damage, but good thought. Happy blessed 250th 4th of July. Love the show. How awesome was Trump yesterday? He flew the new gifted Air Force One to North Dakota. Took the red, white, and blue. Let's see where the rest of this is. Freedom train to Medora to visit and celebrate the opening of the incredible Teddy Roosevelt Library. If you haven't seen it, look it up. I mentioned it yesterday. LTS. It's a masterpiece. Carpenter, painter today. Yep. Another, high school and college kids are not being taught the life it was like under communist rule. They're being told lies from the educational system. LTS, says the cabinet guy. LTS back at you. Bob, LTS, I think all the gas stations should lower their prices on the 4th to $2.50 to commemorate 250 years of freedom, says Slick. Well, Slick, they're going to get there. They're going to get the $2.50. Don't you be worried, as my old polka guy, Pan Jozik, used to say on my first radio station. Hey, let's go to Joe from Plains. Joe's out there with the petition on the insane left-wing lunatic, whatever, I guess, law.
Their ordinance.
Ordinance, yeah. Where are you at today? Where are you at, man?
I'm down here at the Midway Shopping Center right near CVS. I'm probably going to be in this area all day long. I don't know if I'll be in this one spot because I tried calling before from up the road, and as I was waiting to get on the air, they came and told me I had to leave. So
who did?
But I will. I'm pretty mobile today, and if I'm not doing the right thing here, I'll find a place where I can do the right thing. But it'll be in the Midway Shopping Center area.
All right. Well, and those of you, get out there and do this, because I'm telling you got to get out and sign this. We cannot allow the creep of left-wing lunacy to take over Luzerne County, which has been so strong and so normal for the last several election cycles, until, by the way, I point out, left-wing lunatic money out of Washington, D.C. came in and paid for the campaigns of these so-called Democrats. They're communists.
That's how they do it. But I just wanted to thank you and all the people that came out the other day. I called in. The minute I hung up the phone with you, people started pulling in the parking lot. I had a really productive day there, and I want to thank all the people that came. I just ask that they vote when the time comes to vote for this, and tell your friends and family, because it's really important. I mean, it affects everyone. There's nobody who this doesn't touch in a negative way.
Well, Joe, thank you for doing this.
Well, one other thing.
Go ahead.
Tyler Myers gave me his phone number to hand out to you. His phone number is 570-266-1998. After 3 o'clock, he will come to you to get a petition signing. He told me personally he'll drive wherever he has to go to get the position signed.
Well,
for
I'm not
anybody
from
who can't
Luzerne. Yeah, I'm not from Luzerne. Oh, meaning other people.
No, not you.
Go
But
ahead. Give me his number.
anybody
Give
who
me,
can't
give me that number again.
570-266-1998.
Now,
And he said after 3 o'clock he's available to come anywhere that somebody needs him to come.
all right, let's skip the 570 and repeat the number for people like me.
All right. 266-1998.
All right, 266-1998.
1998.
All right, my man. Thank you, Joe. Thanks for doing this.
Thank you.
All right, brother. We'll take a break. Bob Cordaro, WILK. We will return. How do you not play that whole song? Murph picked Lee Greenwood, God Bless the USA, from 1984. Bob Cordaro back with you on July 2nd. We won't be broadcasting tomorrow. And, of course, the 4th itself is Saturday, or as Cutie would say, a Saturday. I don't know if I finished this. Bob, LTS, I want to wish you and all the Patriot listeners a safe and happy 4th of July and 250 celebration this weekend. And God bless our President, Donald J. Trump, for saving America from evil. Chuck from Carbondale. You know it, Chuck. Cabinet guy says, tell the people in Luzerne County not to let the county council intimidate them. Sign the petition that Joe's got down there. Somebody said, this is funny. It's not intended to be funny, but Bob LTS, when we think of Scranton Tech, many people remember the Ronnie Raid miracle, a determined, resilient running back who upset Scranton Central, the Thanksgiving Day miracle, and denied Scranton Central the championship. Amazing feat. And Dunmore lost the same day in an upset by West Scranton. Who went to the Eastern Conference then? I don't remember, actually. Was it Central? No. I don't remember who went to the... You guys remind me. It was 1974? Something like that. I watched the games on TV. I don't remember. Hey, guess what? We got a special caller. Congressman Dan Muser. How are you, Congressman?
Hi, Bob. Hey, how can we be better? We live in America. We're Americans. We're rolling into happy 4th of July. The USA soccer team won last night, and it's my wife Shelley's birthday today,
hey,
so I gotta get home.
Happy birthday, Shelley! You better get home. Oh Lord! Well, that's great. Happy birthday, Shelley.
Yeah. Thanks. Appreciate that. I'll let her know if she's not listening. Hopefully, she should be listening. It's a very patriotic week. I just wanted to wish everybody a happy 4th. Thanks for having me on. You were just playing Lee Greenwood. Of course, he was there with the president a few nights ago when we had the opening of the Great American State Fair. I was there for that. I was at the fair yesterday for a few hours, although it was brutally hot. But it didn't stop great Americans from all over were entering in what was not our empty booth. It was the empty booth 2 days prior, but by Monday afternoon and Tuesday, our pavilion, the Pennsylvania Pavilion, the Great Commonwealth Pavilion, was empty due to our governor stating very falsely that companies and communities and individuals were not interested in participating. It was pretty outrageous. It would have been a terrible scar having an empty booth there when in the end, though, Bob, it turned into all the controversy, I think, helped us get lots of people there. I mean, I had people from Texas, Indiana, you name it, yesterday saying to me, you guys have the best booth. You've got mementos. You've got things from 100 years ago. You've got a history. You're telling a story in here. You got congressmen in here. You got, what Dave McCormick really initiated after conversations between myself and Stacey Garrity and others. He and Fetterman kind of lit the fuse. And, I had my staff go over there over the weekend. I said, send me some pictures. And sure enough, they sent me pictures of an empty booth. So
embarrassing.
We changed that. That's terrible, right? I mean, why would Josh Shapiro deliberately at this time of year, all right, it's a patriotic week, it's a patriotic moment, it's a patriotic place, boycott our country, boycott Pennsylvania from participating in our country because he claimed Donald Trump, our president, was politicizing it. But you know what? Just as they always do, they blame others of what they're completely guilty of. Yep. The only one that was politicizing this was Governor Josh Shapiro.
And you can't say it, I will. He's scum. And he's now making statements about breaking up destroying the Supreme Court. And believe me, any kind of pandering, any kind of left-wing stupidity, he will do it. Because not for the people of Pennsylvania, but for his own left-wing lunatic ambitions.
Yeah, and we're seeing them. I mean, it's not fringe of their Democrat Party anymore. In fact, there are Democrats within the Socialist Party, perhaps. They're few and far between. But they just elected 27 socialists nationwide. Some of them blame the United States for 9/11. They're actually stating that. They all want to make illegals give them citizenship. The vast majority of Democrats, according to surveys, want socialism. I mean, you had this one that got elected out in Colorado, condones violence, says 9/11 was justified, and thinks the Hamas massacre, Israel deserved that. The other one in New York said how her hands are dirty, so she didn't have a napkin, so she wiped her hands with the American flag. They state that Israel does not exist. They say the NYPD is racist and need to divest. That was the former Democrat Party. It's now the Socialist Party, and there are some Democrats that exist in it. But just as you said, the Hakeem Jeffries of the world, the Schumers, and certainly the Josh Shapiros need their base. And so that's their base.
Here's the other thing, and you're there on a day-to-day basis, and other than what they say to you privately, the Democrat Party, I can't tell the difference between Chuck Schumer and a communist. I can't tell the difference between Hakeem Jeffries and a communist. There is no separation because these people are followers, these so-called Democrat leaders. They're followers, and they're following into communism. That's why it has such a voice.
It's true. They let it go. Their socialist liberal policies morphed with the uninformed, which is a lot of the young voters and all being taught at the schools and all into really extreme socialism, and that's now what they have to contend with, and they will. I mean, it's just going to pull them in that direction. That they will guide the party. So just keep in mind, Northeast and Central Pennsylvania, you vote for a Democrat for the House, they're going to follow. They're going to vote along with these crazies. That we just mentioned.
Well, the Democrat that's actually running,
everybody else.
The Democrat that's actually running, Paige Cognetti, she's all in on the agenda. You don't even have to convince her with the leadership. She's all in on the communist agenda. I don't get it. It's such a complete ignorancy of human nature, such ignorance of history right before our eyes, even in the Western Hemisphere, what socialism/communism does. It's insane. It's really crazy.
Yeah. And you want to know what? This is why the Save America Act, or simply the SAVE Act, is so important. And it's not to bolster our side. It's to make only citizens vote.
Yep.
So only those that are registered citizens to vote. And yes, you need to provide an ID. And by the way, in every demographic where they take polls, do you think it's okay to have an ID to vote? They say yes, whether it's in an urban area, a rural area, a suburban area, whether it's Philadelphia or North Dakota. Yes, of course, you need an ID to vote, and that should not be a problem. The only ones who are against it are the Democrat leadership, because they know it could affect their majorities. And Bob, just what you were saying, they're not interested in the end. Certainly, again, they're good Democrats, right? But in the end, all they care about is not results, not a strong economy, not a strong military, not a strong national security. All they care about is control, and that is why they want to run the elections, manage the elections, have non-citizens vote. I mean, why wouldn't they if they're completely against the SAVE Act? 100% of them are against voter ID. And again, people got to take that in mind. Why would they be 100% against voter ID? That's a good question. That's why. Come November, we're going to enjoy the 4th of July, but we got to go out and vote like it's 1776. And the words of Benjamin Franklin had never been more true. It's a republic if we can keep it. It's up to us, everybody.
Amen. Hey, have a great 4th, Dan Muser. Thank you for calling in. We love you. Keep fighting for us. We got to get our guy Rob Bresnahan across the finish line.
That's right.
A lot of work to do coming up, but we appreciate you checking in.
Yeah. God bless you, Bob. Have a happy 4th, everyone.
Thank you. Congressman Dan Muser. We'll take a break. We'll be back with our Veterans Tribute, the weather, and you, 570-883-0098. Our Veterans Tribute this hour as with every hour, this day as with every day. And isn't that the way we do it? Day after day, hour after hour, always being there. Well, that's the Basiliga Hospitality Group. That's John Basiliga. The Old Brook Inn, 307 Springbrook Township. The Far Street Tavern on Far Street in the great Trips Park section of West Scranton. The Queen City Tavern. Downtown Oliphant, right on the main drag. Coming soon, Coney Island Lunch. Oh, I cannot wait. And Reagan's Ice Cream Shop on Lackawanna Avenue in Scranton. Fine dining. The Stegmeyer Mansion, downtown Wilkes-Barre, South Franklin Street. Take a trip back into another age. A Terra 519, a modern take on the same amazing dining experience. Downtown Scranton, 519 Linden Street. Oh, Sergei's, the nightclub. It'll be open starting tonight. Gabe Pellock. He was 77. He was from Hazleton. We lost him June 21st. Born in that great city, a graduate of Hazleton High School, class of 66. Member of St. Michael's Byzantine Catholic Church, McAdoo, where he served as custodian for many years. In 1968, Gabe enlisted in the PA Army National Guard. He completed his initial training at Fort Bliss, Texas, before returning to Pennsylvania, where he served for over 27 years, the majority of which was as a full-time National Guard technician. He retired as sergeant, first class. Retiring or certified from IUP, he was a driving school instructor for PPL. He was also a life member of the McAdoo Fire Company. Gabe loved his 2006 Corvette. Surviving his wife of 55 years, Susan Dindoffer Pellock. Daughters, their spouses, 5 grandchildren, and many other family members. Gabe Pellock. Cleet Miller. His formal name was Cleetith. He was 88 when we lost him. That was March 13th. He served at Walter Reed Medical Center. He grew up in Wilkes-Barre, born into a family with a medical background. Father was a dedicated doctor making old-fashioned house calls. His mother was a registered nurse. Both served at Wilkes-Barre General. That inspired Cleet's early interest in the medical field. Cleet pursued higher education, earning a Master of Science degree in Anatomy and Physiology from Michigan State University. During the Vietnam War era, Cleet enlisted in the U.S. Army, where his medical knowledge was a valuable asset, leading to his becoming a commissioned officer. He received assignments to Europe and within the U.S. His last assignment at Walter Reed Medical Center, Bethesda, Maryland. Demonstrating patriotism and respect for America, Cleet continued his reserve military service while managing the pathology lab at Geisinger Medical Center in Danville for 24 years. He served as an Army Reserve Medical Unit Executive Officer and taught at the Army War College in Carlisle. After 28 years of service, he retired with the rank of Lieutenant Colonel. In 1965, Cleet married his first wife, Pamela Prime, who also was a commissioned officer in the Army. They shared 40 years of marriage. Together, they raised 2 sons at their home in Catawissa. In the mid-1980s, the family relocated to Bloomsburg, where they lived for many years. Sadly, his wife, Pam, passed away in 2006. Following retirement from Geisinger, Cleet worked at Renco Hardware Store in Bloomsburg for 10 years, where he loved assisting customers and the camaraderie of the family-run business. During this period, he reconnected with a family friend, Peg Welch Miller, who later became his wife. They lived together in New Hampshire for 16 years. He's survived by his second wife, Peg, Merrimack, New Hampshire, his sons, their spouses, his granddaughters, nieces, and nephews. Cleetith Atten Cleet Miller. Our great veterans, this hour, brought to you, as always, by our man John Basiliga and the Basiliga Hospitality Group. AccuWeather forecast brought to you by the place to be, Montage Mountain Resort and Water Park. Today, very hot and humid with heat-baked sunshine. Somebody texted in about what heat-baked sunshine is, and I can't find the darn thing, but it means you're like a fried egg out there, I guess. Tonight, mainly clear, warm, and humid, low 72 after the high of 99 today. Tomorrow, partly sunny, hot and humid, thunderstorm in the afternoon, 99 degrees, low of 72. Saturday, mostly cloudy and hot, heavy thunderstorm in the afternoon, and it'll be 91 on the 4th of July, low 69. Sunday, mostly cloudy, very warm and humid, couple of showers and thunderstorms in the afternoon, high of 89, low 67. Monday, mostly cloudy, not as warm, but humid. Occasional afternoon rain and thunderstorm, high 81, low 61. Did you hear my voice raise at that point? Anyway, that's the weather, which means it's montage weather. 92 degrees on the mountain right now. It's the place to get cool. Well, Reagan made me feel good even before that song. And that song means Tina Morocco's in the house. Global sales advisor at Sotheby's in Naples, Florida. You can reach her through Sotheby's or go right to the source. Tina Morocco, MURACCO.com, or Tina Morocco on any social media. Tina, how are you this eve, this penultimate day before our 250th birthday?
I'm still laughing about the heat-baked sunshine.
Yeah, I know. I never. This is from AccuWeather. Like, they're the originals of weather reporting, so maybe it must mean something.
What in the world? Well,
I know. Well, talk to us. What do you got?
So I'm actually headed your way later today.
Good.
I'm headed to the airport now. So, but anyway, this morning I was showing properties, and I was showing it to a couple, showing some duplexes to a couple from New Jersey. They're doing a 1031 exchange, and I don't think we've ever talked about that and how common that is here. The 1031 exchanges.
Explain what that is for us. Yes.
Sure. So with a 1031 exchange, if you have some investment properties, doesn't matter where they are in the United States, could be New Jersey, could be Pennsylvania, could be other parts of Florida. In order to defer the capital gains taxes, you can flip those. So if you're selling those investment properties and purchasing another investment property, you can defer those capital gains taxes. There's, a couple different rules with that. You have to know you're doing a 1031 exchange before you close on your investment properties. Your sale proceeds of your property has to go to a qualified intermediary. You can't come to you first. The qualified intermediary holds the funds, and then you can purchase the new investment property with those funds, and that defers your capital gains tax. So happens here all the time. But there's a timeline on it. So when somebody, is selling their investment properties up north, usually that's what happens here. They have 45 days after their closing to identify 3 properties, and then they have 180 days to close on their new property. So, there's a timeline there, and there's, a lot of different factors, but it's a pretty easy process, and it saves you a lot of money, especially if you're continuing with investment properties. Now, there's rules around how often you can use that investment property, but it's great if you're into rentals. So I would say.
So, and you say, okay, I want to buy in Florida. I've got some properties. Are the sellers that I'd be willing to exchange? Are a lot of sellers in Florida are amenable to doing this, aren't they?
100%, because essentially this is a cash transaction. So the buyers that are selling their investment properties up north are getting those sale proceeds and using them for a new investment property. And so when a seller down here hears, this potential buyer has a 1031 exchange, number one, he knows there's a timeline on it. The buyer has got to buy something. So for a seller down here, they know that, okay, this is somebody that's serious and needs to purchase something, and also cash transaction. So it's a good thing here. When we were showing properties this morning, the agents were very excited to hear that I had 1031 exchange buyers.
Just another tool in the tool bucket, whatever you call
100%.
it, tool belt. Thank you, Tina. We love it, and we hope to see you over the 4th.
All right, sounds good.
All right, Tina Morocco.
Take care, bud.
Muracco. Look for it at Sotheby's in Naples or tinamorocco.com. Well, we're finishing today with the United States of America. A Trump-inspired fighter singer, John Kahn, a Nashville hitmaker, Michael Farron, released patriotic anthem ahead of America's 250. It's a good way to go out. Guys, have a great, safe weekend. Have fun. And just take a few minutes to remember the greatness of this country and all the people who brought us to this point. And let us never forget the people that are trying to tear down what was achieved, what was fought for, what was died for, what was bled for. Don't forget it. By the way, I got this Thanksgiving game. Bob, West Scranton went to the championship in 1974. Scranton Central had to lose. West Scranton beat Dunmore. All were tied. Dunmore was actually in the driver's seat. Scranton just had to win against Tech, and Tech upset them in the afternoon. The Ronnie Raid miracle. Love it. Somebody says, LOL, lift and level, Veni Vidi Vici. Indeed, he was battling, but not against sidewalks. Yeah. Guys, love hanging around. I'm going to miss you for a few days. Bulldog won't be here Monday, but I will be. He's got a July 5th deal up at Jessup for, what is it, their 150th, right, Bulldog? 150th at Jessup, so I guess he's going to stay up late watching the fireworks and can't come in. That's okay. Well, the weekend starts now for us, and we want to thank Roach Supply, premier bath and kitchen supplier, Northeast Pennsylvania, 75 years in business. ROCHE, roachsupply.com today. Anything kitchen, anything bath. They're great. They bring the live stream and my great, all-time great T-shirt for the 250th anniversary of this great country. I have a USA sleeveless shirt that I have to wear on tomorrow at the Scrantastic deal. It's a tradition. Doug says, have a great 4th. America is awesome. Amen, Doug. United States of America is the song. You got to listen to it. It's really great. We're done. We're shuffling out of here. The Sue Henry Show's next. The Rob O'Donnell Show after that. But for now, special thanks to Basiliga Hospitality, the place to be this weekend at their spots. But my Bacardo Jewelers watch, the sweep hand, coming towards noon. That means we got to go. That means we have to gavel to a close today's meeting of the Club for Common Sense. Call it a week. And God willing, we'll be back here Monday with you again. Have a great weekend. It's noon on the Bacardo's watch. Gotta go. Gotta gavel. Adios. Happy birthday, America.